The Indian River County Chamber of Commerce is pleased to present Chamber Buzz.
Hi there and welcome to Chamber Buzz. I'm your host, Allison McNeil. I'm the Director of Tourism with the Indian River County Chamber of Commerce. And we're here today with Ben Costello from the 1715 Fleet Society. And we're going to be talking about all the events that are going to be going on July 27th through the 31st. Ben, welcome.
Thank you, Allison. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the Fleet Society and how that began.
Well, the Fleet Society started in 2008. It was myself and a couple of other guys. We were interested in history and collecting coins, and anyway, we began to discuss the possibility of putting together a commemoration for the 300th anniversary of the loss of the 1715 fleet, which is on July 31st of 2015. So back in 2008, we decided to start the process because we figured, well, you know, it's 7 years away, but
Right.
There's going to be a lot of planning. So we decided to formulate a mission. And the mission was to begin a process where we would advise people of the upcoming anniversary through commentary, through various types of
Outreach and so forth.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. So anyway, so what we did was our first mission was to commemorate the event by getting people made aware through promotional activities and so forth, and that was started in 2008. And then we formed a plan to come up with a world-class website.
And you have. It's wonderful. It's 1715fleet.com.
And the website was designed to act as a magnet to bring in and attract people who were interested in this. And we started to get archival information, articles, photographs, and we reached out to individuals who had some knowledge about the 1715 fleet, its history, its loss, its rediscovery, and its recovery. And so that was the beginning of our archival efforts.
And this is really a passion project for you.
Yes.
Because you're an attorney by trade.
Right.
So you've dedicated a lot of your time and energy into this organization. Now it's yourself and two other individuals that are...
There are three directors.
Okay.
We don't have a president or a vice president. We just have three directors.
Okay, very good.
And it's myself, and there's Ernie Richards down in West Palm Beach, and a gentleman named Phil Fleming from Scottsdale. And the three of us are the ones that basically formulated all the plans and developed the strategies for where we are today.
Oh, very good. And do you expect a lot of people to be attending these events that are upcoming?
Yes. In fact, we kept track of where they're coming from, and right now we're up to about 20 states.
That's fantastic. That's great news for tourism, and that's why Ben's on the show with me today, because this is such a huge thing for tourism here in Indian River County. And we'll be back in a few minutes with Ben Costello from the 1715 Fleet Society.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage, but you can pay too much.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from ICANN, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the ICANN mobile app free. So don't wait another minute. Call ICANN, get covered, save money.
The Furniture Man is a locally owned business that has served the needs of the community of Vero Beach and Indian River County for over 30 years. Here at the Furniture Man, we offer fine pieces to furnish each and every room of your home. Specializing in Floridian style, come browse our selection of bedroom, dining room, patio, and living room. Come explore over 10,000 square feet of showroom where you can find mattresses, recliners, sofas, dining, and more. Visit us at 673 US 1 in Vero Beach, Monday through Saturday for all of your furniture needs.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm Allison McNeil, the Director of Tourism with the Indian River County Chamber of Commerce, and this is Chamber Buzz. And we're joined today with Ben Costello, one of the directors of the 1715 Fleet Society, and we're talking about the 300th commemoration of the 1715 Fleet. And Ben was just talking to us about the Fleet Society, and now we're going to talk about the history of the 1715 Fleet. And I know Ben is a wealth of knowledge. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, as you know, the Spanish colonized much of the New World, and part of their colonization resulted in treasure fleets being assembled where gold and silver and gems and other valuable commodities were assembled in the New World, and then periodically we would go back to Spain in what were known as treasure fleets. In July of 1715, two treasure fleets were connected in Havana, and on July 24th of 1715 they departed Havana to go up through the Florida Straits to Cape Canaveral, and at which point they would then bear east and head back to Spain. Well, in the sixth day of their voyage, on July 30th, they ran into a hurricane, which ultimately developed into probably a Category 2 hurricane, and they tried to outrun it but couldn't, and so they were caught along the east coast of Florida, essentially from Sebastian down to Fort Pierce. There were 11 Spanish ships, and they were escorting a French frigate. All of the Spanish ships were destroyed. The French frigate was not. There were actually only 2 or 3 galleons in this fleet. The other ships were support ships, although it is believed that they all contained treasure. So when the hurricane hit, they were scattered from Sebastian to Fort Pierce, which is about a 40-mile stretch of beach. And the treasures they were carrying were, of course, deposited on the ocean floor as they were thrown into the reefs and so forth. And several of the ships, it is believed, actually sank in deep water.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Ben, is the actual cabin sunk right off of where the McClarty Treasure Museum lies
You're talking about
in Sebastian?
You're talking about what is known as the cabin wreck?
Yes.
Yes, it is. It is true that there was a ship sunk right off of the beach near McClarty Treasure Museum, and that was one of the very first ships that was extensively explored and salvaged in the late 50s and early 60s.
And do you know how much gold has actually been recovered? I know a lot of it, you know.
Well, let's say this. I would say lots.
Lots.
Okay, but there is still more to be found.
Right, and we have Brent Brisbane,
yes,
our local treasure diver, that actually still, you know, his family, they own rights to some of the wrecks,
they do,
and they still go out during the summer months and salvage for gold.
Yeah, well, and artifacts.
And artifacts, and find things.
Yes, they sure do. And people still find things today on the beaches after heavy storms, rains, and things of that nature.
Right, very interesting. All right, and we'll be right back with Ben Costello from the 1715.
Since 1951, Globe Life and Accident Insurance Company has been providing families with life insurance protection. $1 covers the first month of coverage, whether you choose from $5,000 up to $100,000 of coverage. First day coverage means no waiting periods, easy to buy, no medical exam, no risk 30-day money-back guarantee. Up to $150,000 of accidental death coverage can be added to your policy. Globe Life makes buying life insurance easy.
Stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics in downtown Vero Beach. Owner Patty Callahan prints it all, from color and black and white copies to blueprints, banners, signs, prints of paintings, and fine art. Patty makes restorations and creates outstanding graphic designs. Call Patty at 770-1521 or stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics at 2345 14th Avenue. Stop by for all of your printing needs at Patty's Printing and Graphics across from the old railroad station in downtown Vero Beach.
Hi there, welcome back. I'm Allison McNeil, the Director of Tourism with the Indian River Chamber of Commerce, and we're here with Ben Costello with the 1715 Fleet Society, and we're talking about all the great events commemorating the 300th anniversary of the 1715 fleet, July 27th through the 31st. So tell us a little bit about the events that the Fleet Society in particular is hosting.
Well, we have partnered up
Yes.
with a lot of individuals and organizations here in setting up the schedule. But briefly, on Monday the 27th, there is an event at the Fisher Museum in Sebastian. They're having an afternoon lecture presentation called Treasure Talks, and they're going to have some speakers, and after the event is over around 4, there will be a self-guided tour from 4 to 5 in the museum. You can walk around and look at the exhibits, and then from 5 to 7 there is what we call a meet and greet. And the meet and greet is basically an opportunity for the public to attend an event free of charge. The meet and greet doesn't cost anything. It's hosted by the Fisher Museum on Monday, and we have several others throughout the week, which I'll tell you about. But anyway, and they will have noted luminaries that are involved in the discovery, recovery, the authorship, the conservation of the 1715 fleet and its material.
That's very exciting.
It is.
These are going to be great events.
Yeah, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday, the Fleet Society is sponsoring a 2-day conference at the Vero Beach Museum of Art, and that's going to be from 9:45 in the morning on Tuesday until 4 in the afternoon, and then on Wednesday from 9:45 to about 4:30.
Right.
And also on Tuesday night, there's an event out at the McClarty Treasure Museum where they're going to do a personal tour of the facility. Wednesday night, we have another meet and greet, this one in Fort Pierce, sponsored by the Treasure Coast Coin Club. And then we have on Thursday, which is one of our big signature events, is we have a banquet at Captain Hiram's up in Sebastian, and that is from 5:30 to 9:30. I would point out that all these events, when I say all these events, I mean the conference and the dinner are being video recorded.
Right.
We hired a videographer to go and make it
That's fantastic.
videos of these things.
And it's important to note that tickets are still available.
Yes.
And people can purchase those tickets on 1715fleetsociety.com website.
Right.
I know you're filling up with the banquet, and when are you asking for people to RSVP by or purchase their tickets?
Well, for the banquet, it'd be the 27th. I think after that, it's going to be a little hard for us to determine how many people are going to be there for our banquet. You know.
And you already have a great amount in attendance, and there's also events going on at the library.
Oh yes, Pam Cooper at the library has been wonderful. She's worked with me on this project for about a year.
Right.
And they've worked so hard. They got wonderful displays over there. They've got a bus tour on Thursday, which is the 30th. They got a bus tour. On Monday they have a book signing.
Right.
On Friday they have some lectures and presentations. However, the big thing, of course, in my book is Friday afternoon at 4:30 at J.C. Park in Vero Beach.
Very exciting. We're going to be burying a time capsule. We partnered the Indian River Chamber and 1715 Fleet Society and the City of Vero Beach, as well as the Indian River County Historical Society. And we're going to be burying a time capsule commemorating the 300th anniversary at 4:30 at J.C. Beach Park. And it'll be dug up on the 400th anniversary. So we're really looking forward to that. There is a Facebook page, 300th anniversary of the 1715fleet.com, where we're asking people to take pictures of things that they would like to have placed in that time capsule, and the Fleet Society will choose the top 5.
That's right.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right. You got it right down. Perfect.
All right. Well, Ben, thank you so much.
My pleasure
I appreciate
indeed.
it.
Sure.
And we'll be right back with Chamber Buzz.
Advertise your business on Buzz TV. Email buzztvnetwork@gmail.com or call 772-777-1382.
Attention! This important message is for any American who is about to turn 65 years of age or older. Nation's Helpline has Medicare supplement insurance news that may benefit you, your family, or someone you know. Most Americans who are about to turn 65 years old know they need Medicare supplement insurance, even if they already have Medicare. The Nation's Helpline Medicare supplement team can guide you and help answer your Medicare questions. Call today.
Please call 800-632-2804.
Hi, and welcome back to Chamber Buzz. I'm Allison McNeil. I'm the Director of Tourism at the Indian River Chamber of Commerce. And we're focusing on the 300th anniversary of the 1715 fleet. And it's a pleasure to have Captain Carl Fismer joining us today. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for having me. I love coming up to this part of the country.
Good.
Especially during the months that we're working.
Right, very good. Now, you have actually dove some of the most amazing shipwrecks in the world, really.
I don't mind telling you I was lucky. I got to be associated for 16 years with Sir Arthur C. Clarke. He's most famous for 2001 Space Odyssey fame, but most of his fans didn't realize he was a treasure hunter.
Right.
He led the expedition to salvage the only sunken treasure lost by the family that built the Taj Mahal.
Wow, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that was luck. And then I've had a couple of celebrities come down here and dive. Clive Cussler paid me $2,400 to take him diving on the 1715 fleet.
Wow.
That was in, that was 91, I think. I didn't know who he was, so I treated him just like a regular person. And then after he was gone, I said, oh man, that was Clive Cussler. And a little interesting story. I was at a yard sale in Cincinnati, of all places, and I found this book. It's about that big, but only about that thick, hardbound, and it said the Book of Old Submarines. And I knew Mr. Cussler was looking for the Hunley. And so I look in there, 3 pages about the Hunley with drawings and everything. So being a customer of mine, I had his address. So I stuck it in the mail to him. And a week later he called me up and he said, Carl, I thought I had every scrap of information. He said, but I didn't have that, and I want to pay you for it. I said, oh, Mr. Cussler, it's only 25 cents at a yard sale. He said, well, I owe you a favor. And I said, well, okay, I'd like to part in the next movie. And he said, well, I can get you a walk-on. I said, walk on my butt, I want to play Dirk Pitt. That's what he did. He busted out laughing, and after a few minutes he said, you're too short.
What a great story.
And true. I've been lucky.
Now, how did you get into this?
I used to be on the City of Sarasota Fire Department in 1970, and I got put in charge of the fire boat and the divers, and I was the boat captain for the fire department. Some of us were out. We were supposed to be practicing our rescue and recovery techniques, but oddly enough, we anchored over a shipwreck. So we forgot everything else, and I thought I could get rich. It was a modern wreck because it had a lot of copper pipes in it. We spent 2 tanks breaking it all off, and 6 guys working real hard, and I took it to the junkyard, and I think we got $6.40.
Oh, wow.
But that's when I was realizing, you might make money in the water, so.
Oh, wow. Very interesting. All right, and we'll come right back.
Marcia.
Hi, I'm Penny Chandler.
I'm Freddie Wolford.
I am Barbara Hoffman.
And I'm Gregory Simpson.
I'm here with Police Chief David Curry.
You're in good company on VeroBuzzTV.com, Vero Beach's local TV station on the internet.
I just love it.
Tell a friend.
We love y'all!
The Furniture Man is a locally owned business that has served the needs of the community of Vero Beach and Indian River County for over 30 years. Here at the Furniture Man, we offer fine pieces to furnish each and every room of your home. Specializing in Floridian style, come browse our selection of bedroom, dining room, patio, and living room. Come explore over 10,000 square feet of showroom where you can find mattresses, recliners, sofas, dining, and more. Visit us at 673 US 1 in Vero Beach, Monday through Saturday for all of your furniture needs.
Freddie Wilford and Gregory Simpson invite you to Spotlight Indian River, weeknights at 6:30 and 10:30.
Hi, and welcome back to Chamber Buzz. I'm Allison McNeil, the Director of Tourism at the Indian River Chamber of Commerce, and we are joined with our very special guest, Captain Carl Fismer, and he is a treasure hunter and has been for some years. So tell us about some of your dives.
Well, as I'd mentioned, this is my 17th year working in the fleet since 1980. So all those other years I was in other places doing other things. As a matter of fact, I'm finally working on a book, and I pretty much got it. Sam Milner, one of the local boys here, is helping me, and Mr. Robert Curson is also helping me. His new book, Pirate Hunters, just came out. Hit the bestseller list the first week.
And let me interrupt you real quick. That will actually be that book will be at the library's events.
Oh, good. I was here with Mr. Curson 2 weeks ago.
Oh, very good.
Because I'm in that, he let me sign the books with him.
Oh, nice.
So I sat there and pretended I was, yes, it was a pleasure to write this, but I did a lot of research for him on it.
Oh, good.
And if you like Shadow Divers, which I've never read a book better than Shadow Divers. Did you read it?
I have not yet, no.
Put that on your list. But
all right.
I didn't read it. My doctor, I was staying at his house in Sarasota, and he come out and he said, "Fizz, have you read this book yet, Shadow Divers?" I said, "Well, it's on my list. I just haven't got around." He had just read it straight through 2 times. And he said, "Man, this Chatterton guy." And I said, "You want to meet him?" And he said, "Do you know him?" I said, "Yeah, I'm working with him." But there's a passages in there about a father and son team that were diving on this deep water submarine. And I'm telling you, Mr. Curson, I got thousands of dives, and it's not like I'm unfamiliar with it, but I'm telling you, the way he had that written, I'm reading the page for me, I'm thinking, that's what I'd be thinking.
Felt like you were there.
That's what I'd be doing.
That's great.
Yeah. It's,
so what is your favorite dive you've ever done?
My favorite place is called Silver Shoals Reef. It's 75 miles north of Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. I worked there in 1986 on the wreck of the Conception.
That's beautiful.
We actually did the rework on it. The main salvage was done in 1980, and then 6 years later, you know, I'm thinking, because most of what I've got reworking already known wrecks. And I thought, well, 6 years, the metal detectors are better, electronics are better. I applied for the lease and got it, and we went out, there were 10 of us on that trip, and we did real good. We were 2 months out there, but the good news is on Silver Shoals, it's about 40 square miles. Closest point of land, 75 miles.
Wow.
You talk about dark. When it gets dark, there's no city lights.
Right.
I drug my mattress out on the back deck, and I just lay there. You'd see all kinds of things moving around way up there. I mean, yes, we are being visited, and but anyway, it was great. I think we brought back about 12,000 coins, and I'm going back again soon. Well, the wheels are turning, and the Conception and Silver Shoals Reef is my favorite place, I guess.
Oh, very good. All right. And thank you for watching, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage, but you can pay too much. But at ICANN, we work for you. We shop all the private and government plans available, dozens of plans, to find the plan that best suits you and your family's needs at historically low prices.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from ICANN, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the ICANN mobile app free. It takes the mystery out of comparison price shopping for prescription medicine, giving you the power to instantly find the pharmacy with the lowest price and save possibly hundreds and hundreds of dollars every single year. So don't wait another minute. Call ICANN, get covered, save money.
Please call 800-345-7585.
Advertise your business on Buzz TV. Email buzztvnetwork@gmail.com or call 772-777-1382. Stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics in downtown Vero Beach. Owner Patty Callahan prints it all, from color and black and white copies to blueprints, banners, signs, prints of paintings, and fine art. Patty makes restorations and creates outstanding graphic designs. Call Patty at 770-1521 or stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics at 2345 14th Avenue. Stop by for all of your printing needs at Patty's Printing and Graphics across from the old railroad station in downtown Vero Beach.
Hi and welcome back. I'm Allison McNeil, the Director of Tourism with the Indian River Chamber of Commerce, and you're watching Chamber Buzz. And we are joined today with Captain Fizz, they like to call you. Now, how did you get that nickname?
Well, my last name, although it's not spelled that way, it's pronounced Fismer. And my father was called Fizz, and then when he died, everybody started calling me Fizz, and I kind of like it.
Yeah. It's got a nice ring to it.
I've been called a lot worse.
Now, you brought with you today one of your coins. Talk to us a little bit about that coin.
Yeah, it was just, I like this. You remember the TV show, The Jetsons?
Yes.
Well, I say that's shaped like, that reminds me of George Jetson.
It does.
And this is a very collectible piece because it was from the end of the bar when the assayer would pour the molten silver out and then they beat it flat and then they would clip it and weigh it and clip it and weigh it, and the king didn't care what shape the coin, want to hold it?
Yeah,
what
I'd love
shape
to.
the coin was in, as long as the weight and purity were maintained.
Interesting. And you can still see the imprinting on the coin as well.
That's the shield of King Philip V.
Very interesting. Now, what is the value of something like this?
Millions, isn't it? Yeah, that's a lot. No, that's way back in the 80s. You know, you can get that for $100-200. These days, this year, that's probably a $400 or $500 coin.
Very neat. Now, let me ask you, artifacts and coins that you have found. Now, do you keep those as a private collection, or?
I have some special coins that I've got. This was one of them. It's just I put it in my case over 30 years ago, and then last week I'm rooting through there for something, and this popped out, and I said, hey, the 1715 Fleet 300th anniversary.
Yes, and you're going to be attending all the events?
Yeah, I'll be everywhere.
All right, at all the different events. Very good. And you can still purchase tickets for that event on 1715fleetsociety.com, and we are really looking forward to this event. It's going to be great. It's going to be great for tourism. I know we have people coming from as far away as California, North Dakota. We have 2 host hotels, Costa de Este Beach Resort and Captain Hiram's. And Captain Hiram's will actually be hosting the banquet dinner, which is going to be fantastic, and tickets can be purchased there. So give us one more story before you go. Give us a good one.
Well, I used to keep my boat at the inlet marina, and in the year 1984, the owner there had died. Unfortunately, we had got to know him by keeping our boat there, and his widow offered to sell us the whole place for $180,000, and I said, "Oh, that's a lot of money." But today, that's called Captain Hiram's. And I should have jumped on that.
That's a great story.
Yes, it is, and
very good.
That one's true.
That one's true. Very good. Well, thank you for joining us today. I'm Allison McNeil, the Director of Tourism with the Chamber of Commerce, and we've been talking about the 1715 Fleet 300th anniversary. And again, you can go to 1715fleetsociety.com and purchase tickets to attend all the different events. And we do have a time capsule burial at JC Beach Park on the 31st at 4:30, and the public's welcome to attend. Thank you.
Since 1951, Globe Life and Accident Insurance Company has been providing families with life insurance protection. $1 covers the first month of coverage, whether you choose from $5,000 up to $100,000 of coverage. First day coverage means no waiting periods, easy to buy, no medical exam, no risk 30-day money-back guarantee. Up to $150,000 of accidental death coverage can be added to your policy. Globe Life makes buying life insurance easy.